Hello guys, it's me, the Anthony Shirgtano here, the internet's laziest music nerd. I'm back at it again with another, for some reason every time I say that phrase I want to say back at it again with another Minecraft mod review. But unfortunately, much to the dismay of us all, including me, I will not be doing a Minecraft mod showcase today. Instead, I'll just be doing some stupid music stuff. I don't know, no one cares about. No one writes music anymore. What am I even doing? Everyone wants Minecraft mod updates, including me. I do have a bottle of Sprite next to me, so you guys get to not witness the invisible bottle of Sprite that I get to drink. I tune in every time hoping it's going to be a mod review and it never is. I'm sorry to disappoint. I want Sprite now. Well, then you should go get one. When we're checking out dimensional doors or clay soldiers, every time I think of a Minecraft mod showcase, I think of like the TNT ones and like the elemental creepers. Those are and the creepypasta ones. Those are the ones that come to mind when I think like old school Minecraft mod showcases. Are those? Um, I really like the creepypasta ones, even though they were stupid. And I remember this one that was like mutant mobs. The TNT ones are a classic. I know. Maybe, I watch so many of those TNT Minecraft mods, but I've never actually used one. Maybe I'll just like reinstall Minecraft 1.9 and play around with those old school TNT. They've probably gotten even weirder. Since maybe I'll make my own. They've probably gotten even weirder since I watched those videos. When even small, the Smile Dog mod. I don't remember that one. I just remember like there was Jane the killer that chased you around and Eyelash Jack who beat you up with a stick or whatever. I remember those. I remember there was like a Slenderman one because Slenderman was huge. And he was so tall and definitely not just a reskinned Enderman. Very different. And they just put an SL there for super lanky Enderman. That's what the SL means. Okay. I'm gonna be so honest. I don't even have MuseScore open right now. I just kind of started the stream. It's time to open that thing. The janky 1.7.8 piston mod. Okay, I'm not that big of a Minecraft nerd to know what that's supposed to mean. Unfortunately, I just liked funny Jeff the Killer kill you, haunt you in your sleep. Funny jump scare. That's all I remember. I also remember watching like a bunch of like Doctor Who, like Gary's mod videos because I was so fascinated that you could drive your own TARDIS around. I really like those. And then I finally got around to doing it and I'm like, this is so janky. I don't know how these dudes made like 20-minute videos out of this. It's because they were professionals. I wonder if Gmod mod showcases are still lucrative these days. Maybe I'll get back on that. I'll stop doing classical music solely to get back on Gary's mod. Like from beta before Pistons were in the game, there was a mod that made them, but it kind of sucked. I didn't actually hear about this because I was too young to care or even see it, but I remember hearing Mumbo Jumbo talk about how when Pistons were added to the game, there was a section of the community that was so mad because they're like, this isn't how Minecraft's supposed to be. What, pistons? You can move blocks now using pistons? That's not very Minecraft. And then like it was the same thing when creative mode got out. It's like, what? Putting creative mode into Minecraft, it ruins the whole point of the game. Just some people hate change. Ay, ay, ay. And I'm a little bit guilty of something like that too. Like I remember Lulu told me that no. My friend Matthew told me that there is a creative mode in Satisfactory, the factory game. And I'm like, what's the point of having a factory game be in creative mode? But then I realized I was falling into the same trap of people that said that creative mode in Minecraft was not going to have any points. So I conceded that points. Classical score performed in Gmod for its premiere. That'd be so awesome. I wish I could do that. Maybe I can. Maybe there's like no. Maybe I'll just like premiere it using like Minecraft note blocks. Like it'll just be a video of me sitting in a minecart. I'll record it at like 480p at like 20 FPS, so you get the full experience. I'll even re-download Bandicam for it. Screw it, and we'll make do with that. I did actually try making like a drum machine in Minecraft, and I tried to make it as compact as possible, and I was successful, but man, it was boring to create because it was just like a repeating process. And I know there's like a clone function, but like the way I designed it with observers just made it kind of weird to do. Okay, hold on. You gotta use the unregistered hypercam. Man, thank goodness for OBS. Oh my goodness. Unregistered hypercam 2. I looked it up and the first thing that came up was know your meme. Awesome. That's so amazing. Unregistered hypercam 2. That's how you know you're watching a classic. Sorry, my wife is texting me and it's very pertinent that I respond in the same second that she sends it to me. That's just how it works. Okay, so in case you didn't catch this announcement last time, this is what's happening on Sun Sept 14300 Utk. I don't really know what that means, but either way, we're playing this musical telephone. I'm not going to explain what it is, because screw all of you, and let's just keep working on this. Actually, I don't even feel like working on this today. Or maybe I will, but I want to look at something else first. What are some other projects that I haven't been doing? Oh yeah, there's something I wanted to ask, actually. So, this is like just a stream thing. You guys think I'm better like small like this? Or do you want me to be bigger? Because I can grow bigger. I don't know how big I should be. Maybe like, I know some people really like to cover up the whole screen, so maybe like this would be good. So you can really like see the emotion in my face when I'm writing my music. Or maybe like you just don't like seeing me at all, so maybe I can also like get smaller. I've never seen anyone be this small, but actually I think this is kind of fun. I'm so tiny. Oh my. That's so tiny. I just kind of picked this size at random. I'm like roughly less than half of how big the screen is. But also I can just be like halfway big. But again, I know some people really like to take up the whole space. That's small, but right in the center. Yeah, hold on, I got you. Maybe like, oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe, man, I wish I could like just attach this to my cursor, and where my cursor goes is where I would go. Larger is more aggressive because teeth. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. You guys want to get a good look at my teeth? There you go. Okay. So, welcome to my Minecraft mod showcase stream. We'll be talking about classical music. So there's this figure here that I want all you guys to look at. I'm not sure if I want to include like a triplet rhythm here, or maybe like a quarter note rhythm here. Just you guys read the music and like tell me what you think. All right, whatever. Oh my gosh. Shrink. Control Z for your life. Yippee. Okay. There's this thing in the way. Oh, sorry. It's not my fault that you need to go to the grocery store to get your eyes checked for cavities. I'm gonna make myself a little bit larger. There you go. Now I'm slightly larger. Dang. Perfect. Alright. You guys want to hear me read an orchestration book, or maybe I should just get right to it, because where we left off last time, 100% of the screen taken up, no MuseScore showing. Oh, you want 100% of the screen? Alright, I got you. And bigify. Large. Okay. How are we feeling about this? Okay, so guys, if you wanna follow along with my score here, it should be right in front of you. Wow, I've never actually looked at myself so close like this. My eyes are very sparkly. It's almost like I made them that way. Pretty cool, right? It's so much better, it's so clear. Oh, I see. I'm trying to come up with some kind of joke for when you guys look directly into my eyes, but I can't think of any, so you get nothing. Oh, I just noticed there are some notes here that I forgot to tie. Let me tie these notes together so that they play longer. Any other notes that I forgot to tie? I don't really see any, unless I did that on purpose, but I did tie a few notes, so it probably wasn't on purpose. Let me go check the string sections here to see if there was anything I missed. If you guys see anything that I missed, any notes that I need to tie together, then just let me know. If you guys think anything looks a bit too unplayable in these instruments, also let me know. You guys can see the score, so just tell me if it looks a bit strange. Okay, enough of this. This is awful. Why am I still? Bottom left in the violins. Oh, okay. Cool. Block. You guys know I used to have a border on my streams. Doink. I don't know if you can see that. There was like this color border. I also had an alert box, but I got rid of that because I don't care. Okay. I only recently reintroduced the chat. I don't know why I got rid of it, but it's back now. Also, I hope you're not actually overlapping me. You guys are getting smaller, just so you don't overlap me. Don't overstep your boundaries, man. Okay. So now, I like the border, it's cute. I like the border too, but I think I just kind of prefer this clean look. Especially if I like record. It's a bit nicer. But anyway, not that it really matters. Okie pokey. So, right, the problem I identified last time we were here and writing this is that the rhythm was too boring. And I think I tried to fix this a little bit in these latter sections by adding these triplet figures, and then I was questioning myself whether I should keep the triplet figures or just write it in a different key, not key, time signature. But oh well. Hold on, checking something. Okay. I feel like if you use the border, you need it to be more consistent, so like videos would also need a border. Yeah, that just feels a little bit unnecessary to me though. But you know, that's just me. Not that I really care about having or not having unnecessary things, but also I realize if I'm having you guys split up into VZ, I should probably just split you up into voices like that and have like a rest here and stuff. Just make it a bit more clear. Okie dokie. So, right. Meter. Rhythm, meter. Whichever term makes sense here. I think we need to change it so that it's not just notes like this. I noticed that whenever I write this kind of music and then I compare it to other composers, their music uses far less often these chord changes. I feel like I might be going a little bit overboard with these chord changes. Not when I listen back to like classical music of that era, not like modern classical music, that's a little different, but like of older eras, they don't really use chord changes super duper often like I do for some reason. It's not even like I'm doing it on purpose. I mean, I am doing it on purpose, but like I didn't add these many to be different or something. I just do it. I mean, sometimes it leads to interesting things happening, and sometimes not really. But anyway, it's time for some rhythm. Now, I did try to change up the rhythm by moving the rhythm around in the... what are they called? The melodies. But I think I need to be a bit more freewheeling. Okay, whatever, enough talk, more hearing. Alright, immediately something I don't like. I don't like the clarinets here. I don't like the clarinet playing this part. I'm not sure who else would play it. Because an oboe can't play this note. This B double flat. I guess I could change it. And then have an oboe play this part instead of a clarinet. I can't even say that I like the oboe playing it either. Maybe I just don't like this part. I don't like it. I'm removing it. And I guess consequently I'll just put you guys back in the notes that you were playing before. I guess you're already playing this B flat or B double flat. I mean, that's fine. Okay. I think you should try to read what I listened for in music by Aaron Copland on a live stream. The book has no fancy language and says pretty much everything on music. Everything on music, you say? Okay. It's in the music appreciation copy. I found a thing in an archive.org. I don't think I can read the whole thing, but Aaron Copland. When was Aaron Copland around? Copland. Aaron Copland, this dude. 1900 to 1990. Wow. That's so long a time. Does it tell me why music makes me feel like mug root beer in my soul? If not, then is Aaron Copland even a musician? If he doesn't know why exactly I feel like Coca-Cola when I listen to this and why I feel like Dr. Pepper when I listen to that, how am I supposed to appreciate music if not? Duh. Okay. Get rid of this leading note. Quieter. Hold on. Where do you get your inspiration from? Okay, let me think about this question. Because of course the answer, as for most things, is just depends, but of course that's not useful. I'll give you some examples. The first thing that happens is sometimes I listen to a piece, especially if it's by a composer I have not really heard of or that is new to me. Like, I listened to some of Koechlin's music. Is that how you say his name? Koechlin? Listened to some of his music for the first time a few weeks ago. And he doesn't sound like super duper different than everyone else. His contemporaries, not everyone else. His contemporaries, I should say. But like, just something about hearing something new is inspirational, at least to me. Sometimes I'll... Thank you. Sometimes I'll hear a piece of music in my head, but I'm not quite sure where it's from. Like if you get a song stuck in your head and you can't quite remember the lyrics, something like that. Like I'll have a melody in my head and I'm not quite sure who wrote it, but I'll like write it down and then I'll just like expand on it. And usually that's how some of my things get started as well. And sometimes I just open up a fresh MuseScore file, punch a bunch of notes in at random, like actually at random, and close it and then never see it again. And then maybe I'll open it and be like, wow, this melody would actually fit in this piece that I am writing right now. Which is how some of my pieces come together. It's like 3 or 4 different MuseScore projects that are just random melodies that I just mesh together because I'm like, you know what, I bet it could fit maybe if I just write it good enough. So that's my very professional and extremely thought-provoking process for writing music. At least when you're getting started. That's my inspiration. As for who's the most inspirational composer to me, Holst. But only because I stole all of my orchestration devices from him. That's about all. He's not even my favorite composer. I'm trying to think how I could syncopate this rhythm a little bit to make it more interesting. And I like that's why I'm like pausing and like replaying it in my head. Let me hear just you guys. Play this longer, please. Okay. And I think here... Try something like this. No, I don't like that. In regards to random notes, noodling, improvising on any instrument for a while mindlessly and listening back to it can do something similar. It always gets me out of the rut. I know that works. I don't do that. I just can't sit at a piano and improvise a melody. I just can't do it. It's not in me. Usually I'll like just start maybe putting some stuff down and like start writing it down, and then I start hearing it in my mind and then I try to complete it. Almost never have I sat at a piano and come up with a new melody by doing that. I've done it on the harmonica though. That's different. It's not classical music. Try this. Are you writing music? Unfortunately, yeah. I'm sorry. I said I wouldn't anymore. I said I'm not addicted to it anymore. But here I am again. What was with the dynamics there? What happened? Tie this maybe? Why is it suddenly so much quieter? Okay, well, nothing I can really do about that, I guess. Maybe it's because the bass moves up too quickly, but also I'm not hearing those higher notes. I guess similarly, you need to follow this rhythm too, so have like a rest here. Y'all just copy paste. Beautiful. Copy paste is a beautiful thing. Okay, that's a little better, I think. Start again from the beginning. I feel like you could hold on to this a little bit longer. Something like, I mean the bass can move, but I think this chord maybe needs to hold a little longer. Like that. I guess the woodwinds need to reflect this too if I'm doing something weird like that. Okay. I guess just do this. Because you're strings. And also you because you're winds. I feel like, well, see, the melody has this little suspension here. And then like gets resolved immediately on this next note. So I was thinking like, I don't think the orchestra, the rest of the accompaniment should have that suspension. Otherwise it would be less satisfying if, actually maybe it'd be more satisfying. I don't know, because I was like, maybe I thought it would be more satisfying if the melody had a little suspension in it, but the orchestra resolved it. But maybe I'm mistaken in thinking that, and I should I keep these notes around for a teensy bit longer just to see what I think. And I guess that would mean that you have to do something weird like this. And same with you. Try again from back here. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because it's so quiet. Try this. Strings only first. Hello! Is writing music in class acceptable? Probably not, but you'll probably just have to ask your professor. You hold this. I'm okay with these violins playing these together, so I'll just mark tenuto here to emphasize that, so they don't think it's a mistake. Okay. Writing music anywhere is not acceptable because it's of the devil, unfortunately. Oh, I see. Welcome to Purgatory, by the way, guys, where we write classical music. What's your favorite instrument? The horn. I don't know if that's my final answer, but that's like the first instrument that comes to my mind when I think favorites. I like the horn. It's so awesome. Big range, very expressive, also very loud and awesome. Okay. Daxophone. Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. That's my new favorite, the daxophone. I like writing more slow-moving emotional pieces or like more fast, exciting pieces. I always tend to write these slow, melancholic, extremely indulgent sounding pieces. And every time I write like a fast piece, it's like kind of a meme. I mean, I do it, but I don't spend a lot of time on it. Like this piece, it didn't take me very long to write. You can find it on my channel, my little Allegro here. And I wrote this piece so quickly, because I'm like, you know, this is just for fun. I'm not really gonna do anything. I'm not like not proud of it, but also like I didn't put a lot of thought into it. Like, sure, I experimented using a few modes here, but like that's nothing new or anything. And I guess nothing that I ever write is anything new. I never try to invent anything new, but like this is just like some fun. You can tell because if I pull up F12 here, you can see all the funny markings here. But I remember this, it was just Control C and Control V. Exactly. It was so like, look how it's so repetitive. It's just the same thing over and over for like 2 minutes. Let's get that off my screen. So yeah, I do I do write quick pieces, and I started writing them because I'm like, well, if I'm gonna have a portfolio, I guess I need to have some faster pieces. So I did, just started shoehorning a few of them in there. Um, and I'm like, maybe after this next piece, I'll finally open music commissions, and then I never do. And then I'm like, maybe after I do this, I'll finally do it, and then I never do. So I think I've just given up on that. It's not happening. Okay. But speaking of tempo, I think this is too slow. It's not quite my tempo, even though it's my piece and also my tempo. I think the strings are a little too quiet here, especially at this part here. I feel like we could do much better here if we did something like this. Why are you like this? You need to be more dramatic than that. You're at pianissimo right now, so move to mezzo piano. And then back to pianissimo. I guess same thing here. I guess the... well, I was like, the contrabass doesn't really need to do a thing, but whatever, I'm just gonna have it. Ooh, I'm not really able to hear this horn no more. Oh, because I forgot to put you back at pianissimo. That makes sense. There you go. What do you think of low horn plus bassoon combo? I think it sounds great. But also because the horn will sound kind of like the bassoon at the bottom range. Just because of how the instruments sound. Bassoon and horn choir will always go well. If I write in like... This kind of combination is basically guaranteed to sound good. Right? Because the bassoons will sound kind of similar to the horns. But it's not like an entire, like, horn choir. Something about adding the bassoons just gives it a fuller kind of color instead of a too pudgy kind of color. What do you think of rubber ducks in the bathtub? Are they too cringe to use as an adult, or are they swag sauce? People think rubber ducks are cringe. I'm so sad. Don't tell them about my rubber duck collection that stays permanently in the bathtub. No, I like rubber ducks. Ducks are my favorite animal. So if anyone has a problem with rubber ducks, then they're gonna have to run it by me. I put you guys down, but I'm not hearing you anymore. There you go, I can hear you now. Have you composed live performances before? Like composed something on stage, or like had something performed? I've never had any of my music performed. Not even by me. I've never performed my piece in front of an audience. I've never had my own piece performed by an ensemble, and the only thing that's ever performed my music is MuseScore. I try to write music every day. I like very much when I dream some beautiful melodies and write them and try to give them some form. Well, like Paul McCartney. Scrambled eggs. Oh, how I want to eat some scrambled eggs. But as for me, I don't think I've ever dreamed a melody and remembered it. Not once have I ever done that. I've never woken up from a dream to be like, wow, guys, that melody I heard in my dreams, I totally remember it. What are your thoughts on Platypus? I like Platypus. Who doesn't? Is there a single person who doesn't like Platypus? I don't think I've ever heard of anyone disliking them. They're performed by the people who recorded the sounds. Yeah, good enough. I'll take it. I'll take anything at this point. But yeah, no orchestra has performed my music, and I don't really plan on asking anyone to perform it either, because I really don't care that much. It doesn't matter. I mean, it'd be cool, I guess, but like, I mean, I would gain a cool recording. I'm not gonna put it on my resume or anything, so because I'm not like a music like major or a music I'm not a professional musician. Neither am I a music major or even a music minor or anything like that. So it doesn't really matter. The pieces you made and posted sound amazing. Well, I thank you for the big compliments. But yeah, I don't really care that much. I want flutes here. I have clarinets and bassoons. I actually quite like them. You guys need to be more rhythmically active. Okay, let me think about this. Whoopsies. This like triplet figure isn't really pronounced in the clarinets that much. I think they'd be, of course, much more pronounced in the very nasally bassoons. I think some people take issue with books calling the bassoon nasal, but I literally don't care. It's a nasal sound, get over it. Same thing, would you play some rhythm here? Even though you don't need to, just play this note again just for consistency. And then how about you play another note? Have some repeated notes here. No note or rest selected. Please select a note or rest and retry. Are you actually out of your mind, MuseScore? I have 4 whole notes selected. Not 4 whole notes, 4 quarter notes, but 4 quarter notes basically makes a whole note, right? There you go. Thank you. That's exactly what I want. Triple arpeggio sounds good on clarinet. Everything sounds good in clarinet, except for when I write for it. I think the strings here can keep playing their nice long strokes, because if there's one thing I know that strings are good at, it's stroking it. And you guys, the woodwinds are of course very good at blowing, so they can keep blowing on these notes. Why is this line here? What's happening? Thank you. I think to pronounce these, it's a little hard to hear over the strings, so I think maybe we need like a harp note or something. to really pronounce this. Maybe pronounce these. Horn, the brasses would be much better at pronouncing these notes, like enunciating them, you know? But I don't really want to introduce the brass here. I think oboes would be even better, actually. I was correct. But they're not super pretty, and that makes me sad. Just be pretty already. Dang it. Horns, you do it. You're not a horn, but you know what? You're an honorary horn for now, Mr. Trumpet. I ran out of chalky milk and I don't want to go to the store to... Are you telling me you're too weak to get up out of your chair and go to the store and get chalky milk? Don't you understand how important this is? You don't have chalky milk anymore. Do you understand what that means? How are you supposed to get through the day without your chalky milk? It's just impossible. You know, you and me both know that it's impossible for you to get through the day without your chalky milk. You're going to go to the store right now and you're going to buy some beautiful, delicious, whole, it better be whole chocolate milk, by the way. I don't want any of that 2% fat-free nonsense. It better be whole chocolate milk. I'm gonna be so mad if you're drinking that chocolate water that they call milk. It's whole milk or nothing. Okay, you know what? I think if you guys are gonna be playing... I think if you guys are going to be playing the strings, are going to be playing this crescendo, then y'all are going to play this crescendo as well. Oh, I wrote it a little wacky. Hold on. You guys play over this. You crescendo over beat 4 going into these beats. The mic is good, but filters and OBS. You guys want to see my OBS? Alright, here's my OBS. If I go to filters, I have noise suppression. Okay. Okay, my actual thing is, hold on, let me... Okay, so I have this program here called Voice Meter, and all I do is, here, I can listen to myself. There's this, it's like a compressor, basically, is if I remove this, you guys get to hear what my actual mic sounds like. It sounds like this, and it sounds terrible, and it sounds awful. But if you move the slider up here, wow, it's like, I think it it seems to boost some bass in your voice and also the treble. I think that's what's happening, and I think it gets compressed a little bit, so that's what I use. Okay. You don't like strawberry milk? Okay. Strawberry milk is fine. Definitely not as epic as chalky milk though, but it's still fine. Also, I know I hit my desk, like, as like a funny bit, but all of my Sailor Moon figures that are sitting on my desk right now are very unhappy with me. I'm so sorry, you little dudes. I can make a mean strawberry milk and a mean banana milk. I've never had banana milk, but I'm curious what it would taste like. I do quite like mango though, and cantaloupe. I think cantaloupe tastes amazing as a juice, and maybe as a milk. I'm not sure if cantaloupe milk would go very good. Cantaloupe juice is super awesome though. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. I need to drink my Sprite before it loses all of its carbonation, so you guys get to not witness the invisible Sprite that I'm about to drink. It's a magical Sprite that enters my body through magic. Strawberry milk epic because it's pink. Oh, Sprite milk. You know, you might be onto something. Use gain, 3 band EQ, noise suppression, VST, Reaper plugin, compressor, and limiter. Bro, are you recording like David Attenborough ass voiceovers for a nature dog? Why you got so many effects on your mic? Strawberry milk comes from pink cow. Exactly. And banana milk comes from yellow cow. And orange milk comes from orange cow. Sprite milk comes from Sprite cows. What does a Sprite cow even look like? It would just be in the shape of a lime. We all know that chalky milk comes from brown cows, but have you ever tried the brown cow meat? It's chalky flavor. That's how we get chocolate beef jerky. A cow with fairy wings. That sounds like a Terraria mob or something. It's just for recording. I made a video. It's my you made a video on Blender. I love Blender. I have like 2 billion hours in Blender, and most of it is me rendering something overnight and then forgetting to close it. I haven't made something in Blender in a while. Maybe I should get back to that. I wanted to make like a reveal video for the face you're seeing right now, but I never did that because I was feeling pretty lazy. But usually I make those in Blender because I like to make it weirdly hyper-realistic. Hello. Hello. It was a basic animation tutorial. Oh, I don't do animations. I just do like fun 3D modeling. It started because when I was in 2020, when I started streaming, I streamed Roblox Studio, like the Roblox game engine, and making things in that. And then I realized like of course the built-in tools in Roblox are pretty limiting. So I learned Blender because of that. So I know how to I did a bunch of modeling stuff, and I guess I could, I've done streams on it, and I guess I could record myself doing it, but I think that'd be pretty lame. I heard you're not making music today. Unfortunately, I gave in. My cravings, they had to be satisfied. I told myself that I'm not addicted to it, but here I am again. My ultimate Blender creation is a ball with spikes. I throw spike balls out of control! The bag of bread I'm eating smells like bacon. Are you sure you're not eating a bag of bacon? Maybe you should look down. Trombone. See, the trombone sounds a bit too similar to the horn, so I think it's blending in a bit too much. Trumpet, while I don't really like the trumpet, it blends a lot less. I think the flute would also blend a lot less, but the flute's already playing the counter melody. Okay. Just stream brown cow milking. I tried to think of where I could milk a brown. I think you can do it in Minecraft, but only because of the mushroom, and it doesn't even give you milk, it gives you mushrooms too. I join a green screen map in private, then I use voice meter and then OBS, then filters for the game capture to remove the green with chroma key. What? What? What kind of setup is that? What do you mean you join a green screen map? What? I'm not exactly. What are you like? What do you mean like a map? Are you? Do you have like your Minecraft character in the background or something? Does that mean real life mushroom stew comes from real life mushrooms or mushrooms? No comment. Okay, so let's try this. I'm going to move this flute melody to another dude. Clarinet one, you can do this. You're not busy. Sorry, I felt another sprite-filled burp coming along, but it didn't happen, so sorry to disappoint you guys. I think I'll get rid of you for a sec. Put y'all in here. Hold on. I'm going to do the unthinkable. I don't know another clarinet. Okay, this should help free up some space a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I want to put some harmony. Let's put you in something else for a second. Put you in trombone or something. And these bassoons, y'all go here. Y'all go here. You go here. And you... you can go on clarinet 3 for a sec. And I want these dudes here, not you, you, to be played in low flutes. Try this. I don't know why. Where it happened to all your dynamics? Why aren't you guys extending here? What in tarnation is up with all those lines? Share a video in here if you want to react like the intro. I don't do reactions here. But if you guys want me to do like critiques of your music, I guess I can do that, but I can't guarantee that I'll even say anything that's worth it because I've never done critiques before. We could have like a workshop session. Okay. Why did I have these crescendos here? That seems like a mistake. And then just decrescendo over these bars. There you go. Okay, that should be over 2 beats. That should be over 2 beats. You should be over 2 beats. 1, 2. And then, wait, what? What am I doing wrong? Correct. This is at the span of 4 beats. You are also over the span of 4 beats. That's 4 beats. Okay, 4 beats. You, 4 beats, even though it doesn't really look like it, it's just really extended because of this little line here. And I think that should be everything that we need for a beautiful new piece. Let's just be specific here and specify mezzo piano. The same for you fluties. Do you play the horn? No, I've never. The only wind instrument I play is the harmonica. And I think I play a pretty dang good harmonica. I'm back and I finally have Sprite. Yippee! Could sing a song live for you. I have done a stream where I sang live for April Fools, and nothing ever came of that. So I don't know. Also, I don't think. No, that ain't necessary. Okay, try this. Do you rate music taste? No, I don't care. I ain't your mama. I ain't gonna tell you what kind of music you should listen to. I think that decrescendo is a little bit too harsh. I think this horn would be good if I could hear it. Let's try changing the horn sound. No balls, add the lick in every part. That would be pretty rad, but unfortunately I don't have any balls. I only have squares down there. I don't know why I said that. I just tried to think of something witty. That's all I could think of. Biggest collab since toilet and paper. What the hell are you guys talking about? I'm not hearing these. Everyone else is like doing crescendo a bit more, a bit heavier than this dude here. Despite being a horn, you should be able to easily play over all these strings and woodwinds, who by the way aren't even playing forte. You should be able to pierce through them quite easily, but for some reason you're just being a little weak sauce. See, it's like only crescendos at this last note here. What the heck? What the heck? Maybe I need to change horn sounds. Try this one. That might be a little better. Let's try again. That horn isn't nearly loud enough. Just go back to the horn I had before. Okay, I really like this piano to forte thing. But I'm just not hearing it over here. Probably because of the introduction of the winds. I probably need to tone it down. Or tone it up, I guess. Okay, is there music being played? I can't hear anything. / lie. I don't know what that means, but yeah, there is music playing. Looks like you need to go to the grocery store to get your ears checked for cavities. Or was it the dentist? Please tell me someone knows what I'm talking about. That's an extremely specific thing I'm quoting. I can't remember exactly what he said. Okay. I think adding this rhythm here added a lot, even though it's very subtle. Like you can barely hear the changes. I think we're just old. Dang. Okay, now I realize you can barely even hear this clarinet at all. Oh, you're supposed to be playing the counter melody, so you guys swap places. There you go. And put you back on first clarinet. Put you at pianissimo. Something happening here where we probably need to boost you up here. Just have you follow the dynamics of the horn. It's probably just the easiest thing to do here. Try a different horn sound, try this again. like that a bit better. Okay. Yesterday I was walking my lawnmower on the roof. Wait, are you the Cat in the Hat? Okay, I think we're good to go here, and we can focus maybe a little more on the section that comes after this. Oh, you got jump scared by the horn. Okay, I cannot hear you, Mr. Flute. Also, you guys need to play a little... Yes, I cannot hear that flute. You guys like my squeaky mic? It made an appearance again. I know you guys were just waiting for that. I could do this, I guess, but it doesn't make me happy. More oboe here. Have some ties here, I guess. Mike's squeaking tuned to a G. I don't know. I found that out last time too, and I couldn't tell you. But it's a good instead of a tuning fork, I just have like the tuning squeaky mic stand. So in case any of you guys need to tune your instrument, I got you. I can play a G on my mic stand. It's perfect. Okay, what was I doing? Right. You know, I added this third clarinet in to solve a problem, and that problem no longer exists, so goodbye. What's the longest squeak you can go? Doesn't seem to be very long of a squeak. Even if I try to lengthen the sound by moving my mic stand slower, it'll just be nice and rattly. Play the full song. I just joined my ears. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here, I'll play the full song for you. I call that instrument the Shirgi phone. Okay, anyway. Yeah, music. I think I meant on MuseScore. No, I know exactly what you meant. First, I want to do something about this rhythm here. I don't really like it. Also, why is that one note on the glockenspiel so loud? It's like so noticeable for some reason. It's kind of bothering me. What is this? Normal mallets with vibrato, soft mallets with vibrato. There's no hard mallet with vibrato. You can't, you're telling me I can't be hard and vibrate at the same time? What kind of MuseScore is this? When are you dropping the mic stand contact tape sampled instrument now with 1024 velocity layers? Yeah, you got it. What do you mean by that? I mean, just look at the options here. I can have normal mallets with vibrato, soft mallets with vibrato, but no hard mallets and with vibrato. There's no hard mallet with vibrato. I can't be hard and vibrato at the same time. It just doesn't work that way. Do you have a favorite composer? Yes, it's Vivaldi. Antonio Vivaldi. He's my favorite. I think because these quarter note rhythms are here, you need to have like a Like a triplet rhythm again. Okay, try changing up this rhythm a little bit. Wait a second. No, that was correct. I'm just an idiot. There you go. That's where you're supposed to be here. Play this. Play this. Play this. Okay. You guys should be the only ones playing this part here, including the glockenspiel. Is this me or the D en route sounds like a vibrato microtone out of polyrhythm? I feel like I already have some of those in here, but they weren't really for the sake of having polys. Okay, try again. Oh my gosh. I'm getting jump scared by my own music. Your music is poly, that's so cool that this piece can have more than one girlfriend. You know, I'm trying to think of a single joke that I could follow that up with, but I'm literally drawing a complete blank right now. Usually I'm pretty good with the sexuality jokes, but this time I'm lost. Shirgi composed jump scare. Can I compose a jump scare right now? I'm not going to. That seems like too much work. Okay. I think you guys need to shush sooner. Never mind, don't do that. Just do crescendo. Can you play on the horn instead? But like quieter. Thank you. No, you don't need to play that long. Okay, I guess this clarinet here isn't doing anything anymore and that I removed it. I don't even know if I like the horn playing this, I'm gonna be so honest. Here, euphonium, can you save the day? No, you're a little too dark sounding. Trumpet, you do it. If the trumpet can't even play pianissimo. Nah, just keep it in clarinet, I guess. I feel like this crescendo needs to happen a bit sooner. And I guess likewise this decrescendo would have to happen more gradually. Dang it, now I have all of these things here. Boink. Okay, harmony only. I want to hear just the rhythm and the harmony. I think it needs to definitely change dynamics. Okay. What was I doing? Right, dynamics. I just completely blanked out there. Alright, it's been a long day. Let us add some dynamics here. Make sure to add your dynamics in moderation. Too many dynamics will result in headaches and bleeding and possibly depression. Put you like that and try do another thing here. I don't have to specify dynamics here. I'm just going to, because why not? But can you be even louder maybe? And try this. Nope, don't do that. As much as I like the clarinet's higher range, it's not fit in this piece at this moment, so. Okay, I think this is looking a little better now. Let's add in some more of these slurs here. Slurs are very good. Make sure to use slurs in your music whenever you can. I once got criticized for not adding enough slurs in my music because it made the performance directions too stale. So I added a bunch of slurs in to fix that problem. That did actually happen, by the way. The video is out of focus. Oh, okay. Hold on. I got you. Here. Ooh, whoopsies. Maybe you can see it a little better if I just zoom it in a little more. Hopefully you can see it better now when I zoom it in like this. Okay. And so hopefully now you can see it shouldn't be out of focus anymore. Let's see if I can do anything to help. Maybe I can add some contrast. Yeah, like that. Okay, perfect. There you go. Hopefully that's a little easier to see. So this is now that you can see my music, you can see what it's like. So what do I think is wrong with this right now? Move the VTuber off screen though. Oh, hold on. Let me put that back for you guys. Okay, hopefully you should be able to see it now. Okay, so I think there needs to be some tempo stuff happening here. Oh my gosh. Definitely some harp stuff happening here. Let me think about this. Especially at this last cadence here. I think there needs to be some nice harp stuff happening, so I'm gonna write that in now. Can you guys see that? Does that look like a nice chord on the harp? And then after this will be an E minor over G chord, which means all the voices will just nicely move up here. And then they'll move back down to, what's it called? C major. Have that leading tone move up there, have this common tone be kept, and have this other common tone be kept. And you have titles to your music? Yeah, but usually they're like really stupid ones. Like the last piece I uploaded that I've called Karage Ramen. I literally asked my friend Lucian what his favorite food was. And he didn't even hear the piece before, I didn't even show him the piece before I uploaded it. I just asked him what his favorite food was. And that's what he said. So I put that as the title. So I don't put like a whole lot of thought into my titles for music. I just don't like giving them opus numbers. I hate opus numbers so much. They're a stupid system. It's basically like if you tried to number the Library of Congress by just a bunch of counting from 1 and up. It's so stupid. I don't like it. You think I could name like a Beatles album just by naming it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, that's ridiculous. That's preposterous. Just give them titles. And I know the reason why they don't actually have titles is because either the composer just didn't publish them, or they were just bending to the tradition of stupid not giving your pieces titles. I'm glad that we're out of that era now and people are actually giving their pieces titles. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh, horn scare. There needs to be like some kind of tempo thing happening here, but I'm not sure what. I think maybe there needs to be like an emphasis on this pause here. I'm not sure how I would get this across though. I could just make it really slow, I guess. If I have... See, I want you guys to... Maybe... Wait a second. I may be stupid, but there's a marking for that. It's called a breath. Okay, maybe not like that. What the heck was that? Do it after the... Take a breath here at this half note mark. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, but there is this little figure here in the triplets. Okay. Hello, hello. If you get into a very specific genre of experimental music, a lot of songs get named untitled or even untitled, and I have like 50 songs on my computer right now like that. It's because the artists are lazy. You can't even if it's like a stupid title, that doesn't make any sense, has nothing to do with it makes it infinitely more memorable if you just give it a title. Just give your pieces titles. In fact, you can change the title later if you don't like it. Just give it a title. Don't name it untitled. Don't name it opus number 69. It's not memorable. Don't do it. Just give it a name. Give your child a name. You would name your child... Actually, one of you probably would name your child unnamed. What am I saying? You monsters. Thoughts on what is music? You know, I've actually thought about this question before. Okay, you know what? Let's have a discussion actually, because I want to talk about this question of what is music. Because the first thing that made me think about this question is when I heard about Ben Shapiro talking about how music needs melody, harmony, and rhythm in order to classify as music. And I thought about it, and I think he made that argument to try and eliminate rap from being music. But also by that definition, a marching band front ensemble with a bunch of drums would not be considered music either. By his own definition, the marching band would not be considered music. So that's what got me thinking, is like, what can we really call music? And that's a little tricky. In my mind, music is just like a group of pitches that are deliberately put together. And I guess pitches does make it sound like notes. Maybe it's just like a group of sounds. A group of sounds might be a little broader to include those drums, right? If we call it like an intentional like grouping of sounds in some kind of structure. No, that structure can be very free-flowing. That structure can be very rigid. But nonetheless, those sounds are organized together in a very deliberate way. And I do mean deliberate. It matters to me a lot whether the creation was intentional. So I think it's a super broad definition, I guess. I guess then you could argue that then like a speech, like a well-orated speech would be considered music because it's a lot of sounds that are organized together in a meaningful way. I don't think that's quite true either. So I guess that definition would be too broad. Does it necessarily have to be on an instrument? Well, the voice is also an instrument. Is talking an instrument? Sure it is. So yeah, of course I don't really have an answer to this question. It's just something I've thought about. And I don't think the dictionary will define it any better than I do. Like, do I think like Reverend's weird tone movements are music? Sure I do. Do I think it's good music? No. Do I still think it's music? Sure. I don't really see why I shouldn't call it music, even if it's music that I think is absolutely ridiculous and is not in any way groovy or meaningful. Just because I don't like it doesn't make it not music. I feel like that's a distinction that people need to make on the internet. Speech also has a pitch element, and you can just transcribe that pitch into notes and play it in exact rhythm and pitch. True, and I think that's even more true in what's it called? Like, is it called like tonal language where the pitch matters, or like pitch? There's like a word for languages where the pitch accent matters. I don't know if there's a word for that. Talking on what is music as in the YouTube channel. Oh, I've never heard of that. So what is music really? Oh, I looked it up and the first thing I got was Vsauce 2 talking about what is music. Hi Vsauce. When was the last time Vsauce 2 uploaded? A year ago? I'm so sad. Why is he not uploading no more? Tonal is the word. I see. Music is the music we like. What's that even supposed to mean? I mean, I'm very ambivalent towards definitions of art that are like if someone calls it art, it therefore becomes art. Just by you defining it as art, it becomes art. And I think maybe from like a personal point of view, I think that's a perfectly fine definition. But from like a broader consensus kind of scope, I have my ambivalence about that kind of definition. The only decent definition has to be something along the lines of sounds organized. Yeah, because it's not necessarily pitches, because snare drums, well, they're pitched, but they're not like they're not playing melodies until they are. But ignore that for now. So that would those are percussion bands. Those, what are they called? Pit percussion. I think what it's called. Those pit percussion thingies. They would be, of course, considered music, even though they do have pitch elements, but like they don't have a melody in what anyone would normally define as a melody. They're just a bunch of cool pitches arranged, not pitches, sorry, a bunch of cool like hits arranged and impacts arranged in a cool way. I don't know much about music in the theoretical sense, but music to me is an ensemble of sounds that create a grouping that to the ear changes or influences the mood of a person. I think that's, well, yeah. Is an ensemble of sounds. I think ensemble of sounds is a good definition, but I think it might be a little bit too narrow. Like if you listen to music that's for a single flute, which there's plenty of music for solo flute, I don't know if I would call that an ensemble of sound, unless you mean like the different pitches together are an ensemble of sound. But then like we go back to the speech argument, like why isn't a bunch of words strung together in a very nice sounding sentence also just an ensemble of sound? Like, I guess it is a little arbitrary to try and bracket speech outside of music, but I think that's a fair intuitive like thing. Have you heard about what Stockhausen said about 9/11 in regards to art? No. Sometimes a solo sound influences my mood, and sometimes an ensemble of sound does not change my mood at all. Yes, that's very true. But it mostly depends on how good the composer is. Okay, right, back to my stupid whatever this is. Right, I wanted to add like a break here. Just add this fermata here. Oh, no, don't do that. Add these little fermatas. Hold on, let me just make sure to put them in every instrument. Have you listened to Mega Sugar? No, I don't know what that is. You guys gotta remember, I'm pretty out of the loop when it comes to music. Like, I write music on stream, and this is basically what I'm known for. But also, I have no idea about anything about music, really. Actually, a well-orated speech is clearly following the Sprechgesang tradition and called a well-oraled, never mind. What? What the heck are you talking about? Get out of here, solo cello. Not clefs, although that'd be really funny. No, I want fermata, thank you. No, I said, thank you. Thank you. Please put the fermata down. Thank you. Words without music, it's a really cool concept of transcribing speech directly to sound. Also play on the words music without words. When you said words without music, I immediately thought of Bill Wirtz harmonizing the Weatherman or whatever that was. And also that it was completely not what you said, but also that video of hot food but vocoded. It was immediately what I thought of. Okay, I really like that fermata. I think it needs to be a little bit longer, but then I think we've got something great on our hands. Let's stretch it to 333%. Perfect. That's a little too long. Well, no. Why are you unformatting? Change it to like 250, I guess. That's much better. Okay, add a slur here. And we're good. Goody gumdrops. There is a rest in the melody and the harmony. I feel like I want to have a rest in the accompaniment as well. So something like this. Yes, I like that a lot more. Also, the bass needs to follow this pattern. That feels much more natural to me if I have like a rest there. I have a rest here too, I think. Don't hold these notes. Be a little bit more rhythmically interesting, will you? At least play these half note parts. I think it's okay if you guys hold over this actually because you're like a crescendo, but like don't hold it for the whole time. What was your major since you said music wasn't it? It's engineering. It was engineering. Very different. Which specialized path? Oh, the DLC. I was mechanical. Yippee. But important thing is not music. Did not do any music classes. No, stay quiet. Y'all two also do those dynamics. There you go, dynamics. You and oh, whoopsies. Okay. I need this sound here to be very thin, so I think I'll have bassoon only play the harmony at this point. Which means you are in C major, therefore you play A major, or sorry, F major. Can you help me calculate in my fluids dynamics job? My boss will fire me if I get it wrong. No. You're welcome. Oh, do I want you guys to move upwards? Technically this will be a parallel fifth, but who cares? But this F here stands out a little bit too much, I think. Let's see. Try again. Triangle. Louder. Try it with a different triangle sound. Large triangle. That's such a loud triangle. It's so loud. What about medium triangle? Okay. program are you using? This is MuseScore 4, MUSESCORE 4. Go download it if you want. It's free and you can have it. MuseScore is being used. See, I would put that like on screen somewhere so you guys don't have to ask me, but I think that looks hideous. You can just ask me, I don't care. Hello. Sponsored. Bro, I wish. I'd take a MuseScore sponsorship. But alas. Sorry for being really neurotic about the triangle. Actually, no, why am I sorry? Screw you guys. I'll use the triangle as much as I want. I think I want some nice symbol parts here too. But like some deep symbols. Have a nice like, why are the instruments so nice for free? These are paid instruments. These are paid instruments, but there are free instruments and they sound just fine. Why do I use paid instruments? Because I want to. Do you need to? Absolutely not. Do I think the free instruments are great on their own? Absolutely. They do have their quirks, but it's whatever. Let me make sure that you are like this. I do have this bass drum note play here, but I can't even hear it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. The timpani takes care of that enough. A little louder. Okay. Try like a big symbol here. No, I don't like that. The free instruments I'm talking about sound like Squidward's clarinet. Exactly, and that's exactly what I love about it. What's your top favorite fruits? My favorite fruit is cantaloupe. Apparently I got a lot of flack for having my favorite fruit be cantaloupe, but it's my favorite one. I just prefer it over a watermelon. I think I like the texture a lot more. And then after that, I guess would be banana. I like banana goes with everything. Like you can eat a banana with every meal. If it's sweet, if it's sour, not sweet. You don't want to have sweetness on top of sweetness, but especially if you have like a sour food, like a sour soup or sour whatever, a banana goes great with any sour meal. Just you know, as a fruit component to your meal. As well as salty food, banana also is pretty good. But like sour food especially, it goes good. People hate on jackfruit. Who's hating on jackfruit? Jackfruit is great. Try banana milk. I wish. A lightly salted cantaloupe, like very lightly salted. I think that's fine. I know I've had like lightly salted bananas. I've had deep fried bananas. Maybe that's just because I'm extremely Texan, but I have had deep fried banana. That stuff's delicious. And fried apples. Like apples on their own are okay, but fried apples with a little bit of cinnamon and honey, those are to die for. Delicious. Dragon fruits look cool. I haven't had one though. Dragon fruit does look awesome. It does not taste as cool as it looks. I love MuseScore. I only arrange for small brass ensemble though. I can't wait to hear your entire orchestra composition. I ain't never arranged for small brass because I'm too lazy. And also it's just not conducive to the kind of music I write. Definitely woodwinds suit my music better, but I prefer deep fried plantains or however they're spelled. Well, that's not correct, but it's plantain like the ones down in Louisiana. Hold on. Plantain. There they are. They're like bananas, but not. They're like stiffer. Uh, People call them like raw bananas. They're like the distant cousin of bananas. I don't really like them that much. Like, bananas are both easier to get and they also taste better. But, you know, I always wanted to try star fruit. I don't think I've actually ever had a star fruit. But yeah, it doesn't even look like a star until you cut it up. Then it's a star. But as a fruit, it doesn't look like a star. But it is very cool looking. Look how wonderful that. I like the green ones. Wow. But yeah, my favorite fruit is the cantaloupe. Like, I could probably eat a whole cantaloupe in the span of a day. That stuff is delicious. I love cantaloupe. But not like one that's too sweet. I don't really like I've had a cantaloupe that's like egregiously too sweet, and maybe they injected sugar or crack into it or something, but it just was not good. It needs to be like lightly sweet. But the texture of cantaloupe, I think, is the best of any melon. I also really like squash. Squash is very good. Like, if you take squash and like mush it in with some rice and then have some like seafood on top, like fish or especially crab, squash and crab together, it's like a beautiful combination. And for all you squash haters out there, I don't like you. Let's add this fermata here since I removed the notes. Okay. Right. Let's listen to this again. Remove the accent. I thought the accent would be cool, but it sure is not. Alright, you need to be quieter, my friend. Shut up. Try this. Raw cucumber. I like cucumbers. I really actually like cucumber. And I don't know if you guys ever been to like a Vietnamese food place. If you go there, at least the place that I go to, they serve you like your normal meat and rice with all the green onions on top, but they also give you slices of raw zucchini and raw tomato. Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. Like, I usually don't like raw tomato that much, but raw tomato with that food, it's just like the sourness of the tomato really goes well with the saltiness of the beef, and like the zucchini is so refreshing. Oh my gosh, it's such a banger combo. You guys gotta try it. Comcomber soda. I have not had comcomber soda. I really like cucumbers though. If there ain't no cucumber on a sandwich, I ain't eating it. I don't really like pickles that much, but cucumbers themselves are super awesome. Instead of having a timpani hit here, I think I'm just going to have some pizzicato bases here to imitate that. I'll just mark a go here. I'll mark pizzicato for both of you. I don't need to mark it again for this, but I'm going to mark it again for this. Pizzicato. Piz. It stands for pizz. Stands for pizza. Okay, you can barely hear it, but whatever, good enough. Okay, it doesn't resonate that long. Harp, help us! Help us! Save us! I also realize I should probably be putting dynamics on you. Just to be safe. Move you to A. Because technically the bass is in A here, but try C. That doesn't sound good. Put it back in F, but an octave higher than last time. I don't like this contrabass note. Cello only. Or maybe cello and viola would be better. Okay, I can't even hear it. Octave lower again. Maybe like an arpeggio here would go nice. If you could eat one dish for the rest of your life, what would it be? Chalky milk. On a plate. With a fork and spoon. What instruments can you play? I play the piano-ish. I also know how to play the guitar. And the harmonica. And I know the blues scale on the recorder, which is basically all you need to know to play on the recorder. I know that too. I don't have a recorder with me, unfortunately. I left that trauma back at home. What you writing? This. You're welcome. What instruments can't you play? What instrument would I be physically incapable of playing? The saxophone, because I don't have one. And my life is made sadder every day, every time I'm reminded that I do not own a saxophone. I guess I could make one. I bet you could 3D print a saxophone. The triangle. I love the triangle. Can I increase it more than this? No, it can only be 2. That should be fine. These are diatonic in the key of F, so it should be okay. Just these B flats are in the key of F that is modulating to here. I can only play them only in C and C minor. It looks like you've got some scales to practice, my friend. Go practice your scales. I actually made a homemade saxophone. It's not that hard. It doesn't sound super good because I don't have the best bow, though. I don't have a bow. I don't think I've held a single bow in my entire life. I used to play violin, piano, and guitar, but for the piano and violin at beginner level and guitar too. Nice. Very cool. I think the harp really adds a lot here. Something needs to help boost this harp, I think. And I think horn is just the thing. But like a low horn. Getting down low in the horn. Oh yeah. Oh, listen to that beautiful F. Okay, maybe not that loud though. Hold on. Man, I actually heard that sounded a lot better in my head. Here, you know what? Euphonium, this looks like a job for you. That actually really did help. My brother's cello and what I assume is a good bow are being stored in my house. He doesn't play no more. I wouldn't be opposed to learning, but it's such a big commitment. I mean, I guess, but like, you don't have to practice 4,000 hours a day. You can just play a little bit. Is the harmonica beginners friendly? You have to practice like 10,000 hours before sounding decent? Depends. It is, there is technique involved. It's not difficult to learn. You just gotta learn how to purse your lips or do tongue blocking if you do that technique. I purse my lips because I don't like tongue blocking. It just doesn't feel right for me. It's when you use your tongue to block out certain holes of the instrument so you play single notes. I don't like that. I think it's much better just to purse your lips. And also it makes bending quite nice. Harmonica lesson VHS I got to sample. It's like 30 minutes, so I'd assume it's beginner friendly. The harmonica I bought from Hohner, the company who made it, I think it comes packaged with like harmonica, like online harmonica lessons. Like you just like type in a code on their website and they'll give you access for like 30 days to their harmonica tutorials. And plus also YouTube exists, so there's that. Harmonicas are expensive, and I know because I own 5 of them. They're expensive instruments for the size that you get. You'd assume that they'd be like $10, but they ain't. I mean, you can get one for that much, I guess, but like if you just want to practice on it. But I know I say it kind of like a meme that I play it, but like I do play it seriously. So that's why I have professional instruments. Like I do studio recordings with it. Do you have other hobbies? I talk with my friends on Discord. We play the Wordle. We talk about stupid stuff. Sometimes I write in my journal about stuff that nobody wants to hear. Not like my life or anything, but like super, what's the word? Preposterous, pretentious, that's the word. Super pretentious nonsense, like philosophy nonsense, I write in my journal. And it's very pretentious. That's why it's in my journal and not in a video. And I guess reading orchestration, like reading music books, I like reading those. I don't really practice my instruments as much as I should. And what else do I like doing? Watching Sailor Moon. That's my first hobby. That's what I like doing the most. Does Sailor Moon count as a hobby? Of course it does. Are good harmonicas tunable, or do you have to need like 5 gazillion of them? It depends on the harmonica. There are two kinds that you need to worry about: diatonic and chromatic. The chromatic harmonica is exactly what it sounds like. It can play all the chromatic notes. A diatonic harmonica is the one that you'll hear in country music, rock music, whatever. And they don't only play in one key. Because when you blow into the harmonica, it plays one key. And then when you suck into the harmonica, it plays the chord that's a fifth above that. Ish. So, like, if you have a G harmonica, if you blow into it in the lower notes, it'll play a G. If you suck into it, it'll play a D. So you can kind of get away with there are different ways to play it where you can get different positions. They call it positions of harmonica, kind of like, in violin there's positions, in harmonica there's positions, and that's how you get multiple keys out of a single instrument. So like a C major harmonica can play in C major, can play in G major, and it can play in A minor, and I think there's another one, I forgot what it is. In fourth position you can play the relative minor. I forgot what you can play in third position, but in first position you can play C major, in second position you can play, second position is called cross harp, that's how you play the blues. If you want to play the blues, you play the harmonica in second position where you play on the dominant. So a C major harmonica is a G major blues harmonica. And also, if you want to play music in a minor key and you don't have a minor key harmonica, then you can play in fourth position. So you can play A minor using a C major harmonica. It can also bend the notes, kind of. Yeah, bending is interesting. I think it has to probably do something with Bernoulli's principle or whatever. You guys don't need to know what that is. Basically, if you increase the airflow through certain reeds, the notes will bend downwards. That's called bending. Like they'll literally pitch bend downwards. So I'm trying to get back into reading as a hobby. You just really need to find the books that you like reading. Like I always got like kind of bored reading fiction. And it's not because fiction is boring. I think I just could never find the fiction that interested me. And at some point, I just got tired of trying to look for one that interested me. But when I started reading like music theory books, I got really, like orchestration books, I got really into it when I started actually seriously sitting down and writing music. So I like reading those. I also like reading philosophy. Which is wild because overblowing on other instruments go up normally. I don't know. It's the harmonica. You can overblow on the harmonica notes. On the higher notes, you can overblow, but on the lower notes, you gotta oversuck. It's a little different. You gotta oversuck on those instruments, and that's how you get those beautiful bends. And so, I don't know if harmonica is the only instrument where you suck in the air to make the sound. Probably not, but like it's like the one that I can think of the most. So, pretty cool. I like philosophy too. I reiterate. I've thought about like reading philosophy books on stream and like discussing it, but I feel like that's like a minefield that I'm not sure I want to navigate quite yet. Hello. Which philosophers' works do you read? I have a very big fascination with Kierkegaard. I like the way he talks. He's very funny, and he makes some very cool points. An existentialism professor I once had said that nobody gets into philosophy by reading Kant, and they'll get into it. I think there's like two hobbyist philosophers, not because they agree with what they say, but just because they're fascinating. I think the first one was Socrates, and the second one was Nietzsche. Those are the two dudes that are like, they're like, if philosophy is your hobby, it's either of those guys, because they're the most interesting. Maybe not the most agreeable, but definitely some of the most interesting. And I also really like reading through the Tao Te Ching. Very fun. It's a bunch of poems, but I like it. Anyway, right, music. Right, was what we were doing. At the end here, I kind of want to have more glockenspiel stuff happening. That, or I could do this. The piano isn't really doing anything, so maybe I can replace it with a different instrument. Where are you, piano? The Science Show. I'm going to replace you with a cellista. Okay. most metal reed instruments you can suck. I forgot the name of that family. You can suck a Jew harp, harmonica, accordions to get a suck gun, so on, so on. I'm into Marcus Aurelius works. Nice. Nice. Right. So Leshta. It's like a glockenspiel, but less offensive. That's how I describe the celesta. Let's put this melody. Shut up, new score. Maybe I should have you play these chords. No, harp was definitely better. Harmonicas is like 20 jaw harps and accordions are like 100 jaw harps. So it's, yeah, they're called free reeds. Free reeds. Free TV. Free TV. Yeah, your TV. Free TV. Celesta. Okay, I cannot hear you, Mr. Celesta. Please play a little louder. I can get a free TV. Free TV! Get your free TVs! No, that mezzo piano intro is a little too harsh. Just go back to piano. This should be fine. Maybe it'd be easier to hear if I put you an octave higher. Not really. Okay, I guess I'll just keep you down there then. Maybe have a nice... Try something like this, perhaps. I think the trombone is not it. Try horn instead. The tuba is not it either. You're so not it. Get out of here. Put you in contrabassoon instead. That's much better. That low bassoon note stood out a little bit too much, I think. But ending on this nice brass chord, I think, was very awesome. I mean, there's bassoons helping out, but shut up. Close enough. Okay, let's take a listen again. Put a saxophone. I actually thought about that, but I haven't. I removed it because it wasn't doing what I wanted. Okay. This is okay. It becomes too dark too quickly. René Descartes is also very interesting. He is. He's also the guy after whom Cartesian coordinates are named. Did you guys know that? For some reason, I never put that together until I looked it up. That's where the word Cartesian comes from. You know, X, Y, and Z, those things you learned in algebra, like the X, Y, Z coordinate plane. That's Cartesian, named after Descartes. The Thunker. He is the Thunker. Maybe a little flew like doo-doo-doo-doo. You're right, you're right. It is like low, it is the flute. Do 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 do. Okay, hold on, listen back again. The introduction of the harp makes it a bit too dark too quickly. And I'm trying to figure out how to transition between it better. Either I have a transition or I just completely get rid of the instruments, not all of them, but like get rid of some of the harmony so that it's like a lift and then like a fall back down instead of like a gradual decline down, maybe like a lift and then back down. So maybe I should get rid of some of these lower notes and the bassoons and stuff. Try this. G, B flat, D. You move down to A. No, you don't. Oh, you're playing a melody, so you can stay. What's this piece for? Sorry, I just joined. It's for me. That's all. I'm not writing it for anyone else. It's for me. Yeah, you can play this note again. Okay. Yeah, okay, I like that a bit more. I think you're gonna have to decrescendo even more than pianissimo. Let me listen. Ooh, that's closer. That's closer to what I want. I think these crescendos and decrescendos need to be less gradual. They need to be a little bit more sudden. So maybe over the course of a measure or a measure and a half. Let us change that together. Can I... Oh my gosh. Select hairpins only. Hairpins. Oh my... I cannot. Deselect this. No, that unselected the hairpins. Fine. I'll manually select each of these hairpins. Do you play any instruments? I played the piano. I play it. I don't play it very well, but I play it. Push, 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 push. There you go. And then I'm just going to move all these dynamics. Control X, Control V. Perfect. Okay, try this now. More decrescendo. No, this is fine. This is fine. It doesn't need to be super smooth. This sounds fine. Try again. Get rid of this. No. Did you go to school for music at all? I had a piano teacher for like 10 years. It was mostly piano performance and then some theory. I'm self-taught in composition specifically. Missed out on the Shirgi lore. Yeah, I guess. I'm catching up. Try again. I really like the horn coming in there. I guess just have violas and cellos play the same thing. I guess contrabasses could also technically play the same thing, because the contrabass has a surprisingly wide range. I don't know if you guys knew that, but the contrabass has an insane range. Like, these yellow notes are yellow, but like, look how high that is. And you can go all the way down to this low C here. I think the contrabass is a very underutilized instrument, and I'm underutilizing it even more by relegating it to playing mostly pizzicato. So, what's your favorite key on the 88 key piano? Mine's gotta be G sharp 5. E flat 2, final answer. Don't crescendo. Where's the Celesta and the Glockenspiel? Why are you guys so quiet? Oh, it's because I nerfed the Glockenspiel. That would make sense. Classical guitar. I think classical guitar is awesome. I wish I knew how to play it, but I did learn one classical guitar piece. Granted, I did play it on my steel string, so it was probably I wasn't as dexterous as I would be on a nylon or a gut string, but man, that was difficult. I don't even remember how to play it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd have to look it up again. This E horn feels a little too loud. Oh, probably because the clarinet's also playing it. Just keep playing this G. Nope, you're still too loud. Why is this one horn note too loud? Trumpet, you try. I don't know why I put it on trumpet thinking that the trumpet would be any quieter than the horn. I take back everything I said about the trumpet. But trombone would probably be a much better choice. Not that. Why is that's not a trumpet. I saw the TR and I'm like, that must be a trumpet. Also, I control end by accident. Get out of here, new MuseScore project. I was like, why is the trombone in treble clef? I don't know if the celesta line would sound good on strings or flute too. Maybe. The flutes are kind of busy right now, so I'll try the strings. I think that trombone is much better. I think the low trombone here, I mean... Okay, this might just... those sound the exact same. Okay, well... I'll just keep it like that. Well, the strings will get their melody in the next line. Add an ocarina and make it double the celesta line. You can have the percussionist play it. They love it when you do that. Do they? Do they now? Cello at same octave as horn. In this next part, there will be a string, like unison, and then the horn will also play here. Let me actually pull that up. I'll steal the melody from myself, and then we'll get to writing it down. Do I like the horn, or do I want to replace it with something else? I think horn is fine. It's not quite as warm as I would like it to be, but whatever. And we have this melody here, which I wrote a note here to double the melody with the euphonium and or horns, and then to try a tuba solo. You know what? Let's try the tuba solo first. But like, shut up. Mezzo forte. You just sound kind of goofy, I'm not gonna lie. Euphonium, like the anime. You know what? Sure. You know what? Put you guys in. You guys basically sound identical to trombones. Basically, I know all you hornists and trombonists are gonna yell at me for that, but I don't care. They do sound kind of similar. I'm gonna move you guys down an octave. What's your favorite anime apart from Sailor Moon? I don't know, because I only watch crappy ones. I'm not going to lie. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. Oh no, what happened there? Oh no, Contrabass, you're really breaking my heart here. What was that? How'd you do that unison between the voices? Oh, this. Okay, what I did was I selected all the notes I want to double. I copied them. I pressed Control-Alt-2, puts everything in second voice. Control-V, puts all the first voice stuff back in there. That's how you double it. I don't know if there might be a better way. That's just how I did it. Violas cannot play this low. Okay. I want some chords here. I want some chords. Since all of you horns are playing, play piano. You guys can stay at notes at piano. I dislike that. You guys play this. Just two horns. I guess it should be first and second horn. No, screw it, whatever. It's like this now. Come on, viola. You can do better than that. Can't a viola just tune a string like a whole fourth downwards to play this G? Unbelievable. Okay, and then now chords. What chord is this? F major. C. No. A minor. Make the viola play in drop G. Actually, if a viola could tune its strings even lower, I think that would sound sick. I don't know if you can drop all the way down there though, but if a viola could play those lower notes, I guess it is just called a viol, but that's not as cool. Or have you guys seen the cello da spalla? Is that how you say that? Or viola da spalla, whatever it is. It is called cello da spalla. Can I see someone playing it? There you go. What a beautiful, this is how you play it. It's just supposed to be, you know how a cello is supposed to be a bigger violin? Well, that's incorrect. This is a bigger violin, and it is a real instrument, and people do play it exactly like this. Oh, here's a Baroque-looking one. Amazing. Pull up a sound example. Okay, hold on. There's actually a great performance of this. Let's see. Here's an example of someone playing it. Man, I'd quite like to see the person playing it instead of whatever power plant that you recorded this in. What am I looking at? Let's move to the cool, very cool Saraband. Can I see the person playing the music? Oh, there he is. He's super tiny. He's like a little ant. playing the cello da Spalla. And yes, you do play it like that. It was literally the viola da gamba. Yeah, you're right. It was literally made so that violinists could play cello music. That's why it was invented. So you know, Bach, who probably couldn't really play the cello as well as he could play the violin. He could probably play the cello da Spalla on his shoulder and write for quote unquote cello music. And that's why some people argue that like playing the music on a cello, like playing some Bach cello suites on the cello da Spalla is easier because it was written specifically for that and not necessarily for the cello itself. Where does it hold? I don't know. It really kind of does look like it's floating on his shoulder. Hold on. Maybe can we get like a backside view of this? Is there like a hook? Nope, it is just, there is no like shoulder rest or anything that I can see on here. I don't know how they're holding it up. It does kind of look like it's floating there. He's resting his chin on the side of it. I wonder if there's a fancy chin rest for it. I'm not seeing a chin rest in any of these examples. There's no chin rest on this. Doesn't look like there's a chin rest attached to any of these. And it doesn't look like there's a chin rest on when he's playing it here. It does look like it's just kind of attached to his shoulder. That's very strange. I think you just hold it. It does not look easy to hold at all. And it's like attached to his body too. It doesn't look like he's struggling moving it or anything. There's a strap. Oh, is there a strap? I can't really see it here because it's dark on dark, but if there's a strap, then yeah, that makes sense. Very cool. Not even Thor could sustain that. It looks really hard to hold. Maybe coming out of the tailpiece. Yeah, with like the little pegs where you put your little strap on. I'm gonna shut up. Let's write some music. The 6th chord here should be D minor over A. This A note has really been sustaining for the past 3 measures. Oh wait, the harp can't play notes like chords like this, I don't think. On account of harp technique, I think. So I think I'll just do like, I mean, arpeggiated maybe, but I don't want them to be arpeggiated, so. I mean, I guess I could write for 2 harps, but I'm not gonna do that. Okay, you gotta be a little louder, my friends. I just realized that the trombone is playing above the euphonium, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. That makes more sense. Actually, no, I changed my mind. Just put it back the way it was. That doesn't sound good. I don't like this low, not bassoon, trombone notes. It's a bit nicer. Not that, although that did sound kind of awesome. Try this. That's better. Sorry, Euphonium, but your time is up. Unless maybe you can play these bass notes. You can double the horn. The fourth horn. And then, along with you guys. And I guess to overcome this, the harp has to be even louder. I cannot hear that harp. Oh, I guess it doesn't need to be super loud. Clarinets also play here. Clarinet. And maybe a single flute here. Congratulations, third flute. You get to do something. Okay. Oh wait, you're in A minor. No, just move down. I wanted you guys to move upwards to counteract the melody, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Just stay like this, will you? And Mr. Low Flute, you can do whatever. You can move upwards. Good. D minor over A. Okay. Okay. Nice leading tone stuff happening again. This should be E. Oh, E diminished, E G B flat over B flats. So the bass will move up by one note here. B flats. Oh, you move down to B flats. You move down to E flats. Or not E flat, sorry, just E. And G and E. You move up, up, up. U down, U down, U down. Same with you, I guess. There you go. The horns are louder than the strings. I don't like that. Oh my gosh. When did I mark this? Oh my goodness. Who put the triple F next to the P? I can't believe none of you guys warned me. Hey, that rhymed. Ooh, it's too brassy. Too brassy. The brass needs to chillax about it. There's too much brass happening here. Woodwinds only might actually be fine. I was gonna warn you, but there has become a rodent problem all of a sudden. You know, that's one heck of an excuse. I love it. I would have told you, but there's a rat! That's incredible. Six diminished, that should be A flat, D minor over A, or D diminished over A flat. Which is a very wacky chord. But I did write it in, cause I don't know. Why are you asking me? I didn't, it's not like I wrote this, even though I did. Too much bassoon. Get out of here. Not enough bassoon. Put it back. Definitely need some dynamics here. Maybe just cello. You're a little bit too resonant. I think a tuba would go much nicer here. Hello. Can you pull up the ultrasonic rat removal videos for me? No, but maybe you can, maybe like mosquitoes, if you play dubstep for it, it'll go away. But I don't know that for sure. You'll have to try that out. Okay, try this. I'll put you guys back down here. And I shall put you in... Do I want to keep you in pizzicato, actually? Try again. No, arco, please. Or... I call it ordinary, but it's arco. Thank you. Good. You know, instead of me guessing at what to do here, I'm gonna go pull up a score that I'm stealing all of this from. Music. Let's go steal that from Holst, why don't we? The planet. Yoink. Bing! What was that, page 73? Pulsar uses 2 harps, bassoons, bass clarinet, and 3 clarinets. So that's 4 clarinets plus a double bassoon, horns, and all of the strings. The double basses are playing pizzicato. Okay, let's try this. So actually, you're pizzicato now. Ignore that the pizzicato is playing in half notes. I don't care. And also, all of you guys are playing together. Probably quietly, if I had to guess. No, you're all playing mezzo forte. Well, I want you guys to all play quietly, so do this. And try this. And horns, shut up. I can have all 4 horns playing here, I guess. The horns aren't playing any harmony, they sure ain't. Okay, try this. I'll put this lead in here. Ba-da-da. There you go. Maybe the horns don't play arco. As much as I would like for it to be true, they don't. It's Sibelius. It's not Sibelius. I'm sorry to break your heart, but it ain't. This is Muse score. You got it right the first time. pianissimo. There you go. Contrabassoon. Yeah, contrabassoon. What else is Holst? I mean, Holst uses an incredible amount of clarinets, which I am not using. I'm using just 3 bassoons, 2 clarinets, and this third flute to fill in the gap. He writes them in pretty close harmony. It gets more open around here, though, which is interesting. Definitely need some dynamics here. Try like this. No, don't do crescendo there. Crescendo here. That's okay. Whoopsies. Are there notation software too? Nope. I haven't had a reason to switch off of MuseScore, so I'm still on here. Okay, that's a little too sudden. Mezzo piano. And then I guess the crescendo here. Oh, right, and also the horns need to get the idea too. You guys can go up to piano, back to pianissimo, and then do almost do crescendo at these last few parts. Use it as a main composing tool? Yes, I do. Let's fill in the rest of the chords. This should be F over A. So A natural, that is. You're correct. Like that. Make sure to put natural there. Natural here. Okay. Did I miss you make the entire song yesterday? No, you didn't miss a whole lot actually. I'm pretty slow when it comes to this composing thing, so you don't have to worry about missing a lot. Unless one of these days I'm just absolutely cracked, but that doesn't happen very often. And if I'm actually like super in the zone, I'm probably not streaming. It's just bad news. Rodent has vanished. Oh, I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to move out of that house forever. It's very unfortunate news for you, but how can you live your life knowing that there's a rodent somewhere abound? I think I could definitely, again, make this more interesting by having more rhythm stuff, but anyway. Okay. For my previous other chords here, I tried to take the chords and make them more interesting. Like here I made the chords a little more interesting. But here I think it's okay to move back to this nice diatonic progression. I'm okay with that. Especially because I need something kind of grand sounding. So something with nice, easy, not easy, but like very not even diatonic, because these chords are diatonic mostly. Something standard, some more standard sounding chords, I think is good. It's kind of missing something though, and I'm not entirely sure what that is. What is it missing? What are you missing? Let me at least start by doing the thing I said I was going to do, which is altering the rhythm a bit. It's missing that one really overdramatic sad horn solo for no reason. No, my friend, that comes later. Trust me, there is a really sad, overdramatic sad part later. For now, it is just nice and easy going. Have a nice triplet chromatic part here. Why is this so difficult to do? I also think it needs more breaks in the melody. Instead of it being one continuous line, there needs to be some kind of pause, rest, that's what they call it. Somewhere here. Yeah, like there I think is good. Especially in you horns, on account of the fact that you're horns. Okay, now it really feels like the music stops. Maybe have the horns lift and everyone else just kind of chillaxes about it. Nope, not that. More breaks. I'm a big fan of impeach the president. It's still iconic, but not as overused as the amen break. That's a kind of reference that I don't understand. Okay. Maybe I just need to play with the tempo a little more. Tempo. That was actually me struggling to figure out what to do next. Adagio, I guess, but like not the gap between adagio and andante is kind of a big one. Do like 80 BPM ish. A little faster, please. Just a little bit. I guess you'd be adagietto, but whatever. U plus horn. Or I guess U in more horns. Okay, that's close to what I want. A little bit inching closer to the kind of sound that I'm looking for, but only inching. I do mean going quite slow. Let me listen back from here. Why can't I hear the harmony? Where are you? The retard down to here needs a bit more distributed. Try this. Okay, it's slowing down a little bit too much and instead of going to adagietto, so let me increase this here. You need to be louder. You need to be louder. Not that loud. Okay. I have a problem here. I don't think the sound is as thick as I want it to be. It's not, it doesn't quite have the richness that I was hoping it would have. It, despite it being played in 4 horns, 2 violin groups, violas, and cellos, it's not what I want. I think maybe it's because the treble of the violins is overpowering the cellos. If I made it balance out a bit more, it'd be better, maybe. Yeah, have you guys play mezzo forte. I just don't want it to seem too jarring. Break here. Do horns need to be louder because the cello got louder? No, they sure do not. There's enough horn going on already. Try again, but put you in trombones. Trombone should go well with cello. If only I could hear it, you know. It would be good if I could hear the instruments that I call on to play. But you know, you don't have to. But if you want to live, you might. Euphonium might be our answer here. What if I have euphonium play on the same volume as the cello? No. I've never actually heard a single instrument ever. You poor soul. Let me introduce you to the daxophone. MS4 brass balances are so out of whack, even on the A2, A4, or A2, A4 patches. They are. I don't know why no one's fixed them yet. I don't know if they even test them before they send them out. You know, I thought I was neglecting euphonium for the first few parts of this, but that's okay. It sounds good now. And then here's where the next part of the melody comes on. The piece does not end here, despite what the bar lines might tell ya. Measures. Just insert like 100 measures. I don't know. Bang. There you go. I ain't gotta worry about that no more. This is only measure 25, by the way. I just looked up on the... This is... I barely got through anything. I can't hear the first flute. Where are you? Why are you so quiet? Be louder. I get that you dovetail into the strings. You gotta be louder, bro. You be slightly louder. Okay, nope, that ain't it. Try again. Okay, there are some problems that I. What do I think is wrong? Something's wrong here in this part here. I don't like this. These rhythms here feel so off. I don't know what it is. I don't like them. Either you gotta be like this. I don't like that staggered rhythm. But I don't really like that either, so try just the quarter note thing. What's that bass thing happening? Why is it so loud? Be quieter. That's too sudden. What can I do to improve this? I think it's because you're going from pianissimo to mezzo piano. Try this. Once again, where are you? Don't make me call on you again, flutes. How are you ain't gonna be loud enough? I cannot hear you. Try again. I'm gonna pan you a little bit. I'm curious, what does a low celesta sound like? Does it sound any good? It sounds kind of like a strange xylophone. No, keep it up here. I just need that, like, something, I just need that rich tone of, I think the cello euphonium horn combo is really working here. But somehow it's still not exactly what I want. It's not quite dark enough. I can't really explain it that well, though. Okay, try again from back here. I think it's moving up to forte here that's bothering me. Not forte, do mezzo forte. Better. It says your sound fonts don't have it, but maybe muted horns. I would get so much value out of the muted brass instruments if we had them, but I do not have them, unfortunately. Okay. I made not a substantial amount, but a pretty good amount of progress today, and I'm getting kind of sleepy. So this is where it'll be done for today. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure to subscribe and join the Discord. You can go do that in the description if you want. Make sure to practice your scales and drink chalky milk every day. Whole milk. It better be whole chalky milk. Not any of that 1% fat-free stuff, alright? You gotta have the good whole milk. That's how you get good, strong musical intuition, is by drinking chalky milk. And also listening to Shostakovich. Okay, bye.